journalists in Tel Aviv held a silent protest outside the press house condemning the killing of colleagues in Gaza. The demonstrations followed the deaths of Al Jazeera journalists days earlier. Here's what some of the protesters had to say.
We are, first of all, in solidarity with our colleagues in Gaza that are being attacked and killed by the Israeli army, more than 230, according to the Palestinian Journalists Association. This is unacceptable. This should be condemned. Journalists should do their work, no matter what their opinion are, whatever affiliation they have. They should do their
work. I'm here to protest the intentional targeting and assassination of journalists in Gaza, which is unshamedly an attempt to conceal the truth from the rest of the world and from Israel. There are over 240 journalists killed thus far. This week we know of Anas al-Sharif and his team from Al Jazeera.
Now we go back to our guest discussion with retired Major General Dr. Rajan Kochahar. Thank you, Doctor and Major General, for staying with us. Now, with both Israeli captives and Palestinian prisoners remaining still in limbo, and how might this growing voice within Israel affect the credibility of any future ceasefire agreement?
You see, Suma, the internal pressure is there on Netanyahu because his party has been reduced to a minority. He has lost the support of the other parties like UTF and Shahs. And he is on a very razor-thin majority. And he also needs to listen to the sentiments of the people in his cabinet. The second important aspect, as this news item has actually generated, is that Israel has targeted journalists who were actually covering, and most of them were from Al Jazeera, which has been banned by the Israelis. So it suggests a malified kind of an attack, though Israel in its defense is mentioning that one of the journalists had links with Hamas. That does not imply that you start attacking because, see, as far as the Geneva Convention is concerned, unfortunately, Israel has not followed any of the principles of the Geneva Convention. Even the Red Cross teams have been attacked in Gaza, even the medical teams have been attacked in Gaza, even when these humanitarian aid was being given to people, those innocent women and children have been targeted. So I think it's a very, very serious issue. The world needs to take note of it. If you start attacking journalists who are reporting from the war front, you are sending a very wrong message to the entire world. And I think it is time the powers to be have to take cognizance of these kind of activities. And Netanyahu is expecting, you see, the elections in Israel will take place next year. Netanyahu has already passed the budget in March this year. He was able to get the budget passed, which will sustain Israel up to end of 2026. So from that point of view, I think Netanyahu is not worried. But at the same time, so many protests within Israel, the economy of the Israel actually suffered. The jobs are not there now. People don't want to get enlisted. The reservists, which the Israel are supposed to have in excess of 4 lakh people, are not willing to join the Israel Defense Forces to fight this war. So when you see these kind of sentiments in a country, I think that pressure should also work on Israel. And my last point is about the role of United States, because I am totally disappointed because we hear Trump wanting a Nobel Peace Prize and wanting to end wars in all over, but we don't find any concrete efforts being taken by the Trump administration to end this war and to pressurize Israel. See, you can only end this war in case you stop weapons and ammunition supply to Israel, because as as and when this will be forthcoming, I don't think there'll be any deterrence on Israel to stop this war.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us today, retired Major General